Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I am known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. And if you are out there and watching, I know you could possibly be on Facebook or many other different options. But if you be so kind, we are in our Near Disney YouTube channel and the studio for the Near Disney channel, and it would be great if we know that we can connect with you through that YouTube channel because it will give you some insights. It'll tell you when we're popping up with some of the videos that we're doing. So once again, today is October 28th, and I am just double checking to make sure that we are going live. It looks like, yes, it looks like potentially. Very good. So what we're going to do today is we are going to show you some great video that Belle on our team, we call her Belle, but her name is Taylor. She's one of our realtors. She did on Mount Dora. And so we're going to do that, and then we're going to come back with my dream team who has been hitting the streets right now with trying to figure out for. Oh, hold on one second. I'm getting a quick message here. Okay, very good. So some people were saying that they are just checking in right now. Okay, it's coming in live. Very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a wonderful video that Belle from our team did on Mount Dora. And that was requested by many of our Disney cast members that watch us. We understand that a lot of people like to buy properties out in Lake County. And so we've got this great one on Mount Dora this week. And then the fairy goddaughter of real estate, Chelsea, is doing one with our YouTube group for next week on Claremont. And then we're going to follow up with meeting with them, talking about some of the price ranges. I think 300,000 to 350,000. Believe it or not, you can still possibly get a home that is in that price range in Central Florida. So without further ado, I will come back at the very end, and I will be showing everybody are actually answering a bunch of the questions that people have throughout the show. Just go ahead and put your comments there. Let us know where you're from. Let us know if there's any other videos you'd like us to do. And I'm going to go ahead and start showing you. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this one on here. We're going to put, there we go. Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate, and we are here standing in front of Mount Dora. You're probably asking why. Because we do concentrate on that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle, but it's because our audience asked for Lake County. A lot of our Disney cast members, they want to live in Mount Dora, they want to live in Claremont, so you can see Mount Dora spectacular. And one of my favorite places was just open from some very dear friends. It's called Eden Abbey Brewery. So I got my 2 cents in there, but before we go in, I wanted to introduce to you the lady that we call Belle. Her real name is Taylor, and she grew up in Mount Dora, and she knows everything about this beautiful place. Enjoy it. Get ready for a really great video.
Welcome to Mount Dora. Hey, it's Taylor Owens, or Belle as the fairy godmother of real estate likes to call me. Today we're in the beautiful town of Mount Dora, which also happens to be my hometown. I grew up here and my family had a long-running business here, and so I am so excited to share this beautiful city with you. Mount Dora is known for its specialty shops and restaurants, year-round festivals and events, and picturesque lakeside small town. Mount Dora is located just over 30 minutes northwest of Orlando and 40 minutes to Walt Disney World, but is a destination on its own. Lots of tourists visit every year, but it's also a fantastic place to call home, and I did, for over 10 years. It has a population of above 14,000 and sits on a plateau 184 feet above sea level, making it one of the highest places in Florida. Mount Dora has some great historical sites, like the Donnelly House behind me. It was built in 1893 and was named after John Donnelly, who was the city's first mayor in 1910. The town was incorporated that year after settlers in the mid-1800s were drawn to Mount Dora for hunting, boating, and fishing. Railroad service opened in 1887 and was primarily used to transport citrus, but also brought transplants and visitors who stayed at the Lakeside Inn. The Lakeside Inn, originally called the Alexander House, continues its 139-year-long stretch in operating as a hotel on the shores of Lake Dora, with a prestigious spot on the National Register of Historic Places. This is the Mount Dora Lighthouse, which is the only inland freshwater lighthouse in the entire state of Florida and one of Mount Dora's most recognizable landmarks. Here, you'll find tourists and locals alike, since it's a great place for a photo op or to enjoy the stunning sunset views across the lake. The lighthouse was built in 1988 on the shores of Lake Dora, which is nearly 5,000 acres and connects to the Harris Chain of Lakes, which offers so many recreation opportunities, making it one of the best parts about living in this area of Lake County. The Mount Dora Boating Center makes it super easy to get out on the water and enjoy all what Lake Dora has to offer. If you don't have a boat of your own, they provide half or full day rentals of pontoon boats that hold up to 12 or full day deck boat rentals that hold up to 10. Either way, they'll make sure you have a memorable day out on the water. Cat Boat Adventures also departs from here, where you can take a 2-person powered catamaran across Lake Dora, through the Dora Canal, and into Lake Eustis. The 2-hour-long tour is also narrated, so you can learn some interesting information about the area while you're taking in the sights. If you need some retail therapy, Mount Dora is the perfect place to spend hours browsing all of the specialty shops. You can visit Barrel of Books and Games to find the perfect new book to read. To treat yourself or get some holiday shopping done, there are lots of options for gifts like Black Swan Mercantile and Love Home and Harmony. Home and Garden Treasures is filled with oddities to bring whimsy and charm to any outdoor space with wind chimes, garden decorations, and gifts. Mount Dora has so many specialty shops, and Piglet's Pantry is one of the staples. They've been in business for over 25 years, and if you like to spoil your pet as much as I do, they'll have everything you need. Not only do they offer tons of treats and toys, but they also host events, like a dog costume contest every October. Papilio is another favorite of mine, which focuses on nature-inspired art, gifts, and houseplants. You'll also find natural body products, garden or home decor, and beautiful stationery. If you'd like to sip and shop, you can enjoy their variety of craft beer and wine during their daily happy hour at their in-house bar, The Nest. As for restaurants, you're likely to find almost any cuisine that you can desire. You'll find everything from contemporary Florida cuisine at 1921, to English tea at Windsor Tea Room, to Indian at Shiva, to creative pizza at Back Porch Pizza Bar. If you have a group that can't decide what to eat, you can all stroll the Mount Dora Marketplace, which has several dining options under one roof. Today, I chose to grab a tea at Foxtail, which was the perfect spot to catch up with an old friend and get some computer work done. If you're looking for something to do in Mount Dora, you can start here at Palm Island Park. The boardwalk takes you along the lake's edge to view the old-growth oak trees, cabbage palms, and cypress trees, which create an animal sanctuary great for bird watching or spotting an alligator. On the boardwalk, you can walk up to a mile with benches along the way to soak in the views. Another fun activity is a Segway tour with Glide Adventure Tours to spend about 80 minutes exploring Mount Dora's parks, quaint neighborhoods, and historic downtown. Donnelly Park may not look like much right now, but soon these trees and the entire town will be filled with millions of twinkling lights for Light Up Mount Dora. Light Up Mount Dora is the kickoff to Christmas season, and you can view the lights all holiday season. There's also entertainment like reindeer, dancers, carolers, and Santa. The Mount Dora Boating Center is known for having the most dramatic displays of lights in all of the town, and attending the event would really not be complete without making a walk down to the lake where they decorate the entire marina, rooftops, and boats with the most festive of decorations. Light Up Mount Dora is just one of so many events that Mount Dora is known for. The October Craft Show alone brings more than 400 exhibitors from all around the country. There is also a February art show focused on fine arts. The Spring Blueberry Festival celebrates the harvest with food vendors serving everything blueberry that you can imagine. The Plant and Garden Fair has exotic and native plants to fill your home and yard. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me on this trip through my hometown. If you're interested in buying a home in this area, be sure to give me a call and be sure to hit that like and subscribe for even more great Near Disney content.
Hey, you guys, wasn't that an amazing job that Belle from our dream team did on Mount Dora?
Yeah,
Mount Dora is so special. Love it.
Well, that's why she's not with us now, because, she's wrapping up and doing all that kind of good stuff. But who knew? I just absolutely am in love with that town, especially now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And look, if people didn't notice, there's a little bit of a different atmosphere going on with the Dream Team today, because today is October 28th. And guess what's coming up in a couple of days?
Halloween.
Halloween. So I don't know if you can tell, my hat's kind of got like the moon thing on the side, so it's kind of blocking.
Awesome. Like a crescent curve. Which one?
So we know many of you out there might be watching on Facebook or some other things. We do encourage you, though, to try to go to Near Disney YouTube channel for us. Subscribe and like, because that's when you're going to be notified when a lot of this good content is coming out, especially knowing now about Mount Dora. I can't wait to maybe go down there, rent a boat, go have lunch. We have some friends that had opened up the Eden Abbey Brewery, and they've got live music. I know Kristen performs there, and so does Eve. And so we're just going to have to plan a trip.
I'm in.
Definitely.
I'm down.
Yeah. You're down. So for those of you that are out there, and the reason why we did Mount Dora was that we have a lot of Disney cast members that watch us throughout the week. We have over 1,100 people a week now that watch the show. So thank you guys so much for checking in. And we know that a lot of the Disney cast members like to possibly purchase out in Lake County. So that's why Mount Dora. And I know the fairy goddaughter, you want to put hands up because I'm really bad with pointing the right way. Chelsea is working on a great video for you guys for Claremont.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be able to see that next week with her. So I appreciate all their hard work, because I learn something new all the time. One thing I don't know is, what is your all's favorite Halloween candy?
Well, I would have to say mine, hands down, is Reese's peanut butter cups. But I like them especially after they've been in the freezer for a few hours.
Yes.
That's my favorite. Absolutely, all time. I steal them from my children.
So you guys, you see Virginia and her telephone number, but I finally call her Cinderella. She's Cinderella to me on my dream team. Oh, I absolutely agree. And what they say, it was when they had the Reese's cup, it was a mistake. Somebody accidentally put the peanut butter with the chocolate. I don't even know if that's a real story, but I believe it.
Not a mistake.
Not a mistake.
A happy mistake.
It was a big win. It was a big win. What about the other two of you? What do you like?
I have to say mine's Tootsie Rolls. I like the bite-sized, like pop it in your mouth I love Tootsie
Yeah.
Rolls.
Nice.
Fairy goddaughter. You know what? My dad, I still have a very fond memory. I think when I was little, I must have been like 5 years old. And so, how tall are you when you're 5? I don't know. But
Depends.
my dad came home with a gift for me, and it was like a huge cylinder. And it's a Tootsie Roll on the outside of it. And I felt like it provided Tootsie Roll, those little tiny Tootsie Rolls for like a year.
Yeah,
And
it lasts forever.
Oh, wow. How about those?
Love those.
Yeah.
So, Prince of Real Estate, Elijah Lewis, what would your favorite candy be?
Yeah, you see, I guess a lot of people are either in Team Chocolate or Team Gummy, and it seems like they're on Team Chocolate. I'll be on the Team Gummy side. I like the chewy. I like red Airheads. If you can get me a whole packet of red Airheads, I'll be happy. I'm picky about color. Usually pink things or red things, but I like gummies. But those new Nerds clusters, gummy balls, those are
good.
addictive. Yeah,
Oh
so
my gosh.
I'll be the not chocolate camp tonight.
Well, I remember with your sister and you, I would sometimes bring you guys like little care packages, and I would always know Elijah liked, that kind of thing, and his sister would like the chocolate type of thing. So you've held true to that over the years.
Yeah, sound off in the comments. Are Team Chocolate or Team Gummy?
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
everyone else out
Or
there?
your favorite candy?
Well, it's true because I was buying candy the other day, and I'm like, well, we have to have both. We have to have some gummies and some chocolates because it's people like both or one or the other.
Yeah. I think our taste buds are different. I think some people, I bet if they tested us, some of us like salty and some, it makes sense to me.
Scientifically different.
I bet it's scientific. That's right. But let's talk about Halloween, some of our experiences with Halloween. I don't know for people up north, but typically in Central Florida, we are used to the kids coming out on Halloween specific day. Am I correct, you guys?
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
And I remember last year, the weather was so nice in Central Florida that I remember seeing the little ones. They were actually coming out as early as 3 p.m. I don't know how many people were ready for them, but boy, they were super cute. And, but typically, what do you think? Most of them are coming out. Well, it's a Monday, so it's
a school day. So it'll probably be a little bit earlier. Anywhere from that, like 4 to 6 o'clock range will be like your preschool and elementary school kids.
Yeah.
And then I think from like that 6 o'clock on, it'll be like your middle school, and in high school, you never know. They're wild.
You never know.
What are you
And then
doing
what's
here?
the rule of thumb is, what do you do when you run out of candy? What are you supposed to do?
Turn the porch light off.
I just like don't answer the door. It's all gone. It's gone when it's gone.
Yeah. It always feels like those little kids. They just take like one tiny piece, and I always say, just grab a handful.
Yeah.
It's like because not enough people come by where I am. So
we've talked about this periodically, but we had the blessing for about 5 years of creating a pirate ship on my house. Chelsea will remember this. Fairy goddaughter will remember this in particular. And we spent 45 days in preparation building this thing on the house, and they gave us 2 weeks to take it down. And it was man-made. So shout out to our partner Neil Motti and Julie and about 40 other people that would show up every day, and we would have electricians that would come by, and they would say, hey, do you need some more ampage or music? Or it was just amazing. And can you guys guess, there was one year I decided, because it was just children were lined up the street, it was beautiful, and we were like, I wonder how many kids that are getting a piece of candy. So we did one of those little clickers, and we stopped the clicker before we even finished. Give me a guess on how many kids you think showed up one year in particular.
I can't answer this because I know. So let them guess.
I don't know, 1,200.
More than 1,200. 2,000.
More.
Really? Over 2,000?
Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Over 5,000.
Oh, wow.
5,000.
That's amazing.
And what was so cool was we had beautiful friends that all got dressed up as pirates and winches. And we had at least 40 that needed to man and winch the woman area up, and we would hand the candy out. And of course, we had the plank, so people have to walk the plank. But if a child got dressed up as a pirate, then we had these special, very big candy bars for them. And they got special big candy bars. But we would have a party a week before, and we'd have a DJ and everything, and we would ask everybody to come and bring candy for us. And it literally would fill a room, and we still would go out and buy an additional $1,000 worth of candy. Wow. And we did it because we wanted to show our appreciation back to the community, and of course, housing and building on a house. But we even had, it was crazy, we had Adam the Woo, I don't know if you guys know him, but he came out and was doing a story. But we had ABC TV. We should probably put this in the video at some point, but they had asked us, we were in something called the Great Fright Fight on ABC. And so Halloween's always very special to us. Yeah.
Right.
So another big victory this past week. We've had so much going on, you guys. The Disney panel. So we are firmly, officially announced the Disney Partner Federal Credit Union. That's a lot to say. The Disney Partner Federal Credit Union has announced that we are the official realtors for the Disney cast members. Yes, love that. And we were on the panel yesterday, and they announced that if you're a Disney cast member, you have the opportunity to possibly get a loan with no money down. And that's a wonderful thing, because a lot of times, our Disney casts are doing a great job and, making good money, but in order to put enough money down to pay for something has been kind of tough, especially lately with increasing costs. I don't know about you guys, when you go to the grocery store and the gas, all that stuff, it starts creeping up. And so Disney is saying, hey, we're going to give you no money down mortgages. And I'm excited to tell you that these three, plus, our sweet Belle, who's finishing up with the Mount Dora stuff, they're going to be the ones that can help you get into that system. And I asked them specifically this week if they could pick homes that are between $300,000 and $350,000. There's not a lot of them out there, but they do exist. And we do know, kind of what average, what people might be spending in rent. And so we said, let's reverse engineer this. If you're spending that in rent, let's look and see what kind of inventory is out there between $300,000 and $350,000. So Cinderella, you want to start? I believe you found something that you liked.
Yeah, I found a really beautiful home. The address is 1728 Challenger Avenue in Davenport. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's $350,000. It is in a 55+ community, which is, very desirable for people who want activities planned by the community weekly and monthly. It's been completely renovated. It's 2,100 square feet. It has a water view overlooking a pond, and it's close to a really beautiful golf course as well. All the great things you look for: fresh paint, new flooring, stainless appliances. The roof is only 6 years old, which is terrific. A low HOA of $38 a month, and it's about 15 minutes to Disney. It's a really nice property for that price point. You're not going to find a lot that are comparable to that. Just having the whole entire inside has been renovated. It's beautiful inside.
I love that. And as you state, 55+. So everybody out there, you don't necessarily have to be a Disney cast member to be getting great loans from the Disney Partner Federal Credit Union. They are now offering that up in Florida and in California. But we also know, I have some really wonderful stories of people that have retired. I knew a doctor that retired and said his dream was he wanted to drive the monorail in the Magic Kingdom, and he did that. And there's other people that are doing that. And so now they're working for Disney, and they are over 55. And so that would be a great location.
I definitely think that there are people of all ages who have a desire to work for Disney and just live in the area, be it, younger in age or retirees, wanting a second kind of career chance at being a cast member. So it's a good opportunity for anyone. really.
Yeah, absolutely. Good pick. All right. So fairy goddaughter, what are you thinking?
Yeah. So I stuck in my small city of St. Cloud. I guess I can't say small anymore. It's starting to grow.
No.
I found a beautiful historic home here right in downtown St. Cloud, actually. It is 722 New York Ave. It is right behind actually City Hall, which actually makes it a pretty quiet street, to be honest with you. And you can walk to all the amazing things downtown. But it is a 5-2. It is priced at $310,000. It was built in 1919. It has a metal roof, which is fantastic. That's good news. And it has actually been beautifully done inside. It's very neutral, bright, natural light. Great for somebody to move into. It's blank slate, perfect for anybody new. Gorgeous front porch. You know I'm about that front porch life. So it is a gorgeous front porch. And upstairs is a huge bonus room. You can make it a second or a fifth bedroom, but it would be great for a playroom or an office or a reading nook, like that hideaway. It's a really long upstairs bedroom. So just tons of natural light, big, beautiful windows on a quiet street. Corner lot, guys, corner lot, which is really good. And $310,000, I feel like you can't beat that for 1,900 square feet or over 1,900 square feet. And you'll have to take a look at the listing photos if you go to look at it, because the listing agent had a sense of humor. And in the spirit of Halloween, you might see a character you know. So be sure to take a look.
I like that. So, I know you guys are already starting to work with May, the vice president of Disney. And so you've got kind of numbers that you can share with people. So if anybody is interested in this kind of price point, call my dream team and they'll run, they'll be able to run with you with, this is what's going to be your mortgage payment. This is what your taxes are going to run you, that type of thing, so that you're not frightened off by what is this going to cost you. But I have a very big question, Chelsea. I love your ears that are on your head, and I've never seen any of them like that before. What is that?
So I hand make these. These are hand beaded by me. I have tons of different themes, and I can also custom make a pair. So I've got a few Nightmare Before Christmas. I've got some actual, let's see if you can see them. Oh my goodness. I've got some Christmas themed ones coming up. So yeah, if you're ever interested in some hand beaded Mickey ears,
yeah,
direct message me and I can get with you on them. So
yeah, that's it. That I love that. I remember Elijah. When the Disney cast members, there was that furloughed period of time. And we were able to reach out and do some events for them where we were finding all this creative. Well, of course they would be creative, but they had these side hustles where they could create cool stuff. And who knew? Chelsea can do this stuff too, which is great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. So call the fairy goddaughter of real estate if anybody's interested in buying some of the ears, and she'll get you all set up. So Elijah, I cannot wait to hear the prince of real estate. What are you thinking in regard to that 300 to 350 price range?
Yeah, so I also went out to look at the Davenport area for listing. Found a pretty cool one at 249 Castlemaine Circle in Davenport, in a subdivision called the Hampton Estates. It is a 4-bed, 2-bath home that has 1,672 square feet, listed at $345. So it's still, comfortably in that range, good for a single family home. It's got some front yard, that's great to have, 2-car garage. It's all on 1 story, which, can be an attractive point. It's just had a major price reduction to get into that range that we were talking about. Got some really big points that people are looking for, especially when it comes to getting insured. Like it's got a roof from 2021, huge deal for getting insurance, and also it's got a private pool that is awesome to have, because a lot of people, when they want that price range in the Florida experience, sometimes a pool would be kind of in the higher ranges. So happy to see this. Got a screened in pool that's just been resurfaced.
as an attractive point. It's got an open floor plan and new laminate flooring put out that looks very nice.
I love it. Well, and I think when you're looking at 3 and 4 bedrooms, it's quite nice too, because if you can, let's say you're just starting out and you want to get this mortgage, but now you can say, I've got some roommates that can come in and help me pay that mortgage and stuff. And then hopefully we can share that information with May and help you even get qualified even faster because somebody's helping to pay towards that mortgage. So I like to hear that. So good job, you guys. I love that. Next week, I think we're probably going to be doing the price point $350,000 to $400,000. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you say about that. But let's talk again about what a great job did Mike Nunez do with Rocktoberfest in downtown Celebration this past weekend. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
The wind was just, it was perfect weather. And I know a lot of our friends from up north that are, we're starting to see some extreme weather that's out there. Now's the time to come to Florida in particular. I saw my friend Greg Warmoth watching Channel 9. They were talking about the weather forecast, and the meteorologists were talking about between now and say a month from now, it'll probably be like 75 degrees in about a month. So between now and a month, it's almost like Chamber of Commerce weather that we have. And we need to give a shout out to Streaming the Magic. I want to say, my dream team, I marveled by you all the time. Not only can you go out and sell real estate, but you're also able to very much communicate all these cool things that are going on in Central Florida. And so Cinderella, what were some of your more favorite things that you saw at Rocktoberfest?
I just really liked the accessibility of all the restaurants and how they had all of the tents out front. And so you didn't feel that pressure of having to make a reservation, or if, they don't take reservations, to have to wait for over an hour to get a table. You could just kind of enjoy all of the cuisine on the spot and still kind of walk around and listen to the music. So I really like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, what was some of your favorite things?
I think one of my favorite things had to have been during the leaf falling. All of the little ones running around trying to snag all the leaves, and they all had their own little grocery bag to put all of the leaves they could catch inside of it. I thought that was so cool, watching everybody come together on the street and catch leaves, and it was just a really cool atmosphere.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Elijah, Prince of Real Estate, what was one of your favorite things?
Well, it was fun to get to experience some of the live entertainment because when Celebration puts on these festivals, they go big and have some kind of large-scale productions with concert performances. And we had the treat to see one of our clients that we have worked with in a real estate capacity also be on the stage performing in their music project, because we just love to work with creative people that are they even have like Disney as some of their subject matter. So that was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you, if you haven't gotten a chance, please go to iTunes or wherever you get your music and look for Fairview, Fairview. Fairview, this band, it's a duo. They met, I want to say, like in elementary school or middle school or something like that. They've been dating for a while, and they're just a cute pop music group, super talented. And Lizzie and Matt were just so wonderful and thrilled to be here, and they are very well deserved to be up on the stage, and we think that they're going to have more big hits coming up in the future.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right. Well, does anybody have anything else they want to add other than please, everybody, be safe when you're out there with Halloween? Please remind the children, especially in streets, in Celebration, hold their hands when they're walking across the street, because, cars are still coming and going, and we want to make sure everybody's got a safe Halloween.
Yeah. Just have a happy and safe Halloween, everyone.
Yes.
Go Team Gummy.
Go Team Gummy. All right. Well,
Okay.
okay. Well, we look forward to seeing everybody. And please make sure you go to Near Disney YouTube channel, subscribe and like so that we can stay in touch with everybody. And we will be back to see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's perfect there this time of year. Yeah, pack your pins and ears, pack your pins and ears, 'cause it's perfect there this time of year. Yeah, pack your pins and ears, pack your pins and ears, 'cause it's perfect there this time of year.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We've had so much fun playing for you. We wanted to thank Mike Nunez and Kim Hawk. Thank you guys for setting this all up. I love you guys. Sing this last part with us if you know it.
Let's go to Disney, Disney, see Mickey, Minnie, walk down Main Street where it all is. Thank you guys.
Yeah, another round of applause for Lizzie and Matt Fairview.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. And I was looking for questions that came in. Mainly people were just saying hello. And I did get a question where somebody was asking if we also represent people that want to possibly sell their houses. Yes, indeed. We would love to talk to you about that. And all you would do is you would call 1-800-KIM-HAWK. You can see my name there. And we will give you a free estimation on what we think the value of your house is and go from there. But we would love to represent you as sellers as well. So thank you again. Next week, we're looking forward to bringing information on Claremont. We want to say a special shout out once again to all the Disney cast members that are watching us. It was exciting news that we were able to report that we are the official realtors for the Disney Partners Federal Credit Union. I think it's the first time I've said that correctly in one word. And we also are very excited for Streaming the Magic. We are the official realtors for, I think, gosh, you guys are up to 150,000 people or so. And so please feel free to contact us with any questions. We look forward to seeing your comments. I'm excited about Halloween and that the weather and people are getting out and about. And we just want to send lots of blessings to everyone. And I think that's about it for this week. Let me see. Somebody's saying, love Mount Dora. Absolutely love. Rocktoberfest was awesome. Oh, and thank you. And I'm getting a happy 60th birthday. Thank you. I was away for a little bit in Italy celebrating my 60th birthday. And I just really appreciate how powerful my dream team and my YouTube crew was, especially when I was gone. All right. Thank you again. Thanks, Dee, the Bellavati family, for the YouTube. And we will see you real soon. Bye-bye.